Good morning, boys and girls. My name is Miss Mary Beth, and I'm going to be your art teacher again today. Today, we're going to be learning all about portraits. I wonder what a portrait is. Let's find out. Portraits. Wow, look at all those portraits. Do you see how each one is completely different? But you'll also notice there's some things that are the same. A portrait is a piece of art that captures someone's face. This portrait was painted by Claudia Tremblay. She's an artist from Guatemala. Such a beautiful portrait. Sometimes a portrait can include an entire family. Portraits can also include animals. This portrait is called Best Friend. It is by artist Jie Wei Xiao. How fun to have a chicken for a best friend. I used to have a chicken best friend too. A portrait can be of an animal by themselves too. Maybe you've drawn a portrait of one of your pets. Sometimes an artist will create a portrait of themselves. This is called a self-portrait. This self-portrait was painted by Frida Kahlo. Do you remember her from our last lesson? Where was she from? Do you notice that she has a bird in this painting as well? And there's other animals too. Can you see them? Would you like to learn how to make your own self-portrait? It's easy. Let's create. Okay, so all you're going to need today is a piece of paper and a pencil. So the first thing we're going to be starting with, we're going to go into the middle of our paper, the very, very middle, and we are going to make one circle, and we are going to make two circles. Don't make them too tiny. That was pretty easy, huh? Now, on top of each circle, we are going to add a rainbow. So watch me do it. There's one rainbow. We're going to go to the other one. We've got another rainbow. That was pretty easy. Now we're going to go underneath and we're going to just put a smile. And we're going to add a smile to this side too. And if your circles are not touching your rainbow and your smile, make them a little bit bigger. We want them to touch all the way down. So just make them grow a little bit. Now on top of your rainbows, you're going to add another very little rainbow. These are going to be the eyelids. There we go. We have our eyes. Look how easy that was. How very nice. Now we're going to go ahead and add our head. So we're going to start right on the outside of our eye, and we're going to make a great big rainbow coming to the outside of our other eye. So there's our big rainbow. Now we're going to make a big smile. We're going to come down. It's going to get a little bit skinnier at the bottom. and come all the way back up. Now we have a head. So easy. Now our next step is to make our nose. And we're going to come just about halfway right in the middle. And to make our nose, we're first just going to make just a little smiley face. Make a smile. Now on one side, we're going to make a tiny rainbow. Just a tiny rainbow. And on the other side, we're going to make a tiny rainbow. Very nice. And then we're going to take and fill the rainbows in just a little bit. I fill in that rainbow, and I fill in that rainbow. Our nose is almost done. Okay, so on each side of it, I'm going to put a curved line. There's one curved line, kind of like the letter C. There's another curved line, and now I have a nose. Oh, so easy. We're ready for our mouth now. When you make a mouth, you're going to come halfway between, and the first thing we're going to do is we're going to make a river with a couple of little bumps in the middle. So I'm going to go ahead and make a couple little bumps. There's my river, and at the end of my river, I want the edges to go up just a little bit. We're going to make us smiling. So I just made a river with a couple of little bumps in the middle. Now on top of my river, I'm going to make the letter V. Make a V. Very good. Now I'm going to go to the top of one V and I'm going to bring it down to the corner of my river. And then I'm going to go to my other V and I'm going to bring that down to the corner of my river. Oh, I've got my top lip. Now our mouth is almost done. Since we've got a river, let's make a boat. We're going to come to the outside edge and we're going to make a boat underneath our river. And now we have a mouth. Look, we have lips. Oh, how very easy that was. Now I think we need some ears. So we're going to go, see, I'm going to go from the corner of my eye and I'm going to make a little mark. And then from that mark, I'm just going to make a little wiggle down. And there's an ear. Just a little wiggle. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. I'm going to go out from my eye, make a little mark there. I know that's the top of my ear. And I'm going to make a little wiggle down. That'll give me an ear. Now, when I go to put on a neck, I don't want it to be super skinny because it will not hold my neck up. So I actually want to go kind of wide out, and I'm going to add a neck. I'm going to go on to my other side, and I'm going to add a neck. And that's a neck that could actually hold me up. Very nice. Now we also all have a hairline. No matter what your hairstyle is, we have a hairline. So we're going to put in our hairline. So first we're going to just put in a very gentle smile up on our forehead. Then we're going to go to one side of it and we're going to make a baby rainbow going down. And we're going to go to the other side and make a baby rainbow coming down. Now this next part is easy. We go to the bottom of our rainbow and we just come to the tops of our ears. And I go from the bottom of my rainbow to the tops of my ears. Now I have my basic head. Wow, that wasn't very hard to draw me at all. Now we want it to look a little bit more like ourselves, so we are going to add in some hair. Now I know that you all have different kinds of hair, so we're going to learn how to draw a couple of different kinds. Okay? So the first kind we're going to make is just short hair that is maybe a little bit straight. And all we would do is come up into our hair spot and we would just add, those of you who have like little spiky hair, shaved hair, although it might be getting long since we've all been at home. we're gonna go ahead and just add straight little lines. If your hair is curly, you could add little curls here. It'd be the same thing. So if it's straight, you will put straight little lines. If it's curly, you could make curly ones. So for lots of you, that might be your hair. And if it spikes a little bit at the top, you could just add some spikes up at the top. There you go. So very easy. Now, some of you might have longer hair. Maybe you have bangs. So if you have bangs, you're going to come and you're actually going to go over your hairline. And if your hair is straight, you'll make straight lines. And if it's curly, you'll make curly lines. You can see how you can do either. And you'll bring it down to however long your bangs are. Or curls, however long they are. So very easy. And you might just have a little bit of hair coming down in the back. So then you could take, and if it's straight, you could do straight lines. And if it's curly, you could do curly lines. We have all different kinds of hair. It's kind of fun that way. Now, some of you might have very long hair. So let's say you've got long hair. So if it's straight, you would go ahead and add it in. And if it's covering your ears, you could just go right over the top of your ears. And you could bring it all the way down. And all of a sudden, I have long hair. Now, this is long, straight hair. But we also have long, curly hair. Both are absolutely beautiful. So if you have curls, you're just going to use wiggly lines. And if it goes all the way over your ears, you'll just take your curly lines all the way down, your beautiful curls. It's fun how we all have different kinds of hair. It makes us unique and beautiful. It's kind of fun to see curly with straight, huh? We can have both kinds. Okay, so we have short hair, we have medium hair, and we have long hair. And we could just keep playing with different kinds of hairstyles. Let's say maybe one of you has some braids. So there are different kinds of braids. You might have braids that are going in rows. So you could just take and put in some rows. And I'm just putting in lines and making them a little bit thick. And then your braids might come down like this. And maybe you've got a tie in them. So you could take and just make wavy lines for your rows. And each of your braids would have them. So this is another hairstyle. There are a lot of different hairstyles. You can go ahead and play with the different hairstyle. That is your unique one. All right, boys and girls, have fun drawing your hair. Now, there's one other thing I'd like to add. We're going to go back to our original drawing, and I think I'm going to just leave my hair how it is for right now. Another fun thing might be is to add a border or a picture frame. So I can come up to the top of my paper and I could make a wavy line or a straight line. I could go down and do it on each of my sides as well. Then I can do it across the bottom too. There we go. So now I have a picture frame. Now, if I wanted to, I could play with some different things in my picture frame. I would like to play first with something called repetition. Repetition is when you repeat a shape over and over again. So first I'm going to do repetition with a circle. So I'm going to go circle, 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 circle. Now I could have done that with a square, I could have done that with a triangle or a rectangle, with anything I wanted. If you repeat something over and over, it is called repetition. Now I would like to do something else on my border. I'm going to do a pattern. A pattern is when you take two shapes and go back and forth with them. You've probably already been learning about patterns. So I'm going to do circle, square, circle, square, circle, square. I think that's actually more of a rectangle. Circle. I'll try to get my squares a little bit better. Circle, square, circle, square, circle, square. Oh, so now I have another side done. And then on my bottom, I think I would like to do repetition again. Circle, 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 circle. And along here, I'm going to do a pattern. Circle, square, circle, square, circle, square, circle, square, circle, square, circle, square. And now I have a picture frame. Now at this point, I can color my self-portrait in any way that I want. So here's one that I colored earlier. Oh, so easy. So you can color yours however you want to color yours if you've got anything to color with. You could use pencils, crayons, markers, or maybe you just want to leave it as a black and white pencil drawing, which is also beautiful as well. Oops, sorry about that. That's what I meant to get to. All right, boys and girls, it has been so nice to see all of you today. I hope you enjoyed your portrait art lesson, and I will see you all again the next time. See you next week. Bye-bye.